Could you give us your view on limited government? Are you in favor of limited government, or do you agree with the expansion of government that's occurred under the Obama administration?
I support a very strong, very limited federal government. That is what is contemplated by our founding fathers in the document of the Constitution and their ancillary writings. And I know, having served as a Wyoming legislator and as state treasurer and in the governor's office as general counsel in Wyoming, that states just do it better. They're closer to the people. They can create those nuances in programs that provide for a more tailored delivery of services to get them to the people that are really needed, and in a way that addresses the local situation. So I firmly believe the United States should be rooted in protecting our borders, providing for the common defense, and providing for a system of commerce that creates a level playing field during which people can compete and inspire and grow in the private sector.
Should the government redistribute its citizens' wealth by forcefully taking money from some citizens through taxes in order to provide goods and services for others?
You know, I don't believe fundamentally in the redistribution of wealth, and we've seen so much of that in the Obama administration's application of Keynesian economics, which is you grow the tax revenue, distribute it in a way that circulates more money into the economy and attempts to create jobs. Well, what we've seen is no job creation, essentially, and our debt spiral out of control at a time when we should be more disciplined in the manner in which our economy is allowed to grow by the government getting out of the way, creating a level playing field, not picking winners and losers in the economy like a Solyndra over another type of energy, but rather creating an environment where all types of energy can flourish and consumers have those choices available to them.
Government spending does not create wealth, right?
You got it, absolutely. My job as a member of Congress is paid for with taxpayer dollars. And no matter how many taxes I pay, my entire salary is paid for by other taxpayers. So that is a net negative. And for every federal employee, no matter how hard they work or well-intentioned they are, or worthy their employment, they're being supported by other taxpayers and contributing a small portion of their economy to the same effort.
Are you in favor of the government taxing the citizens in order to provide agricultural subsidies?
I'm not. I favor phasing out agricultural subsidies over time. It's very painful. Having witnessed what happened to the American sheep industry when the wool subsidy went away, that coincided with the expansion of predators in this country, caused that industry to literally die out. But over 20 years, it has rebuilt, and it is now stronger, healthier. The price of the product and the quality of the product are higher. You're seeing a few woolen mills and more boutique markets come back, and these types of products can survive without subsidies. In fact, I submit they can survive better without subsidies after the initial shock of losing that government support. So I support phasing them out so the farmer who has relied on them over time can adjust in advance to their ultimate departure, a glide path to a free market economy within agriculture.
Let me congratulate you for being so consistent, because often the Congress people say that they're against redistribution of wealth, but then they want farm subsidies. How about the bankers' bailout? Are you in favor of taxing the American citizens in order to lend money to bankers or to General Motors or to AIG, etc.?
No, I am not in favor of that. Had I been in Congress when TARP passed, I would have voted against it. I realized that the economy was in great risk at that time, but to rush in the manner that they did to come up with a solution, I believe, produced a solution that was less appropriate than had they taken more time to address it more carefully. And even economists like Art Laffer say when you make a decision in a crisis, it's usually not the right decision. You should take the time to think it through. That did not happen at that time, and I think they would have come out with a more appropriate decision had they taken a little more time. And the effect has fallen in large part on the community banks that did not create the problem. In rural America, flyover states like the one in which I live, small community banks are struggling under the weight of these new regulations, as are their borrowers. And these are not the people that created the problem. So I look at the manner in which the investment banks were treated under TARP, and companies that were too big to fail were treated under TARP. And what they've created for the smaller businessmen and women around the country is a situation in which they cannot compete.